Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. A new Cyber Dragon Link monster was revealed yesterday. The card is okay, but it's not something the archetype needed, right? Cyber Dragon Ziegler, I believe the name is, with the German accent. But anyway, the markers of Cyber Dragon Ziegler aren't really that appropriate, right? It would have been much better to make it like the Clifford Genius, with the markers pointing left down and left right, but that's not the case. It's the same as the Spiral Link monster, and pretty much has like the same purpose, right? Just go for a potential link summon of your Cyber Dragon Ziegler with a marker pointing down, go for something like Cyber Dragon Nova, the rank 5 Exceed play, and then potentially, since your Ziegler is being, well, it's like a Cyber Dragon, right? So you can just fusion summon it away to go for something like Mega Fleet in your extra monster zone, and then, potentially reborn your Link Cyber Dragon with your Nova, and then, special summon the Link monster in your main monster zone, and thus opening an extra monster zone in your main monster zone. Well, that's like the ideal situation. Brandish is in here because of a couple of reasons, right? Toon Table of Contents is already in the deck to search out your Toon Cyber Dragon. Again, Toon Cyber Dragon just gives you the extra level 5 potentially on the field to go for a rank 5 Exceed play, but again, with the Brandish, the super small Brandish engine, giving you the access of potentially, searching like Spell or Trap, Spell or Monster Destruction, and of course, giving you the potential draw. Toon Table facilitates that, but of course, the token also special summons one of Brandish, a Link monster. It's also a machine type, so again, with Proto, with your, Cyber Dragon as level 2, you can again potentially go for like a Needle Fiber with your lefty and righty monsters. So let's see a couple of example duels. Okay, first example. I think the opponent gets to start. He's playing with Burning Abyss. My opening hand is good, only 3 Ghost Ogres in the main deck. You can't really run too many hand traps in this particular deck. It's like a combo, at least a heavy combo oriented deck, so you don't want to dedicate too many like hand traps or non-combo pieces in this particular deck for that, you don't want to lose consistency. Upstart for the extra spell in your graveyard, sadly Engage, will pretty much most of the time just search out a token, a generator, and again the token generator will get you an extra monster on the field, again potentially upgrading your Link stuff, right? Both the lefty and righty driver are recent additions to the deck. I definitely like them. The more I play with these new cards is again like a righty driver summon is pretty much like a 1-card Needle Fiber into summon Sorceress. Again, Sorceress also searches out like like a Cyber Dragon. Here, leaving the level 2 Cyber Dragon on your opponent's side of the field could be good, against Burning Abyss, but we knew he had like a Tour Guide, so potentially going for the second Cherub Beanie to give the protection effect. But I can go for a game thanks to one of my Overload Fusions and Rampage to, give the extra additional attacks. And thanks to Ziegler, pretty much quote-unquote double its attacks. As again, Ziegler can target any monster, machine monster on the field, including itself, and give it like an extra 2,100 attack points. And again, Rampage has like the ability to attack multiple times. Anyway, the advantage of the couple of extra engines here in the deck, like the Brandish engine and mainly the lefty and righty driver, is to facilitate, first of all, Needle Fiber, summon Sorceress, and, eventually going for Skull Deed. Skull Deed giving you the option to draw 4 cards, just, replenish your hand, potentially send dead cards from your hand back to the deck, and most importantly, open up more extra monster zones, right? Going first isn't really too fantastic for Cyber Dragons. Again, they're like an OTK deck. But, well, yeah, with like the Brandish cards, the lefty and righty driver, your opening boards can end with like an okay field. Ziegler has the advantage here that it can, give your Cyber Dragon Infinity the extra attack points needed, some extra protection from, at least prevented from being destroyed by battle, but yeah, like boost its attack up to like 5k-ish. That's good, but okay, but again, this board wasn't really that strong, with only Infinity to negate something, Ziegler to give like extra attack points, and that's pretty much it, right? Cyber Dragon Infinity is not as strong as it was before, like a couple of years ago. Next matchup against Lightsworns, again going for the Summon Sorceress, super easy. You're not forced to play O-Lion, but again, it's good, I think, if you don't have the Brandish extra token. O-Lion can just be searched from your Needle Fiber and instantly go for Summon Sorceress with a token, a machine token, and go from there, right? Instantly searching out something like a Cyber Dragon, and then, you know, if your opponent has like a monster, an extra monster in his extra monster zone, you can just fusion summon it away for Mega Fleet, etc. So again, you're pretty much setting up your engine thanks to your righty driver summons. He does have the, what is it called, Fairy Tail. Not really sure why he didn't summon that earlier, but again, to each their own. The Soul Charge, I was expecting the Black Rose here, but that would have been okay, I guess, especially with the Overload Fusion still in hand, multiple attacks ready with Rampage. But I believe he's eventually going to establish his board with like Omega, and eventually, as you will see, he's going for, what is it called, Utopia as well, probably forgetting the Soul Charge, but I can capitalize on that, you know, the opponent ending with multiple attack position monsters. That's just asking to be destroyed by Cyber Dragons, right? Limiter removal is good, not really a huge fan of that card, but it's maybe like a win more card. I'm not running Power Bond, and again, this is not like the standard typical Cyber Dragon deck featuring Power Bond at, you know, those old school cards, right? But yeah, anyway, going for Rampage as well, and this should be more than enough to attack for game, especially with the Fairy Tail in his graveyard, and Pleiades potentially bouncing back the Fairy Tail to prevent itself, or at least to prevent it to use her effect again, right, since he does have enough fuel in his graveyard. Another example, I think he gets to start again, this opening hand. Well, this was one of the first tools with the deck. I was playing more Brandish cards, but that wasn't working out too well. The Field Spell as well, the Brandish Spellbook of Judgment, but that's again not good. I made the engine very small, Engage being like a Super Search and potentially an Upstart Gobbling as well, and you know, with Toon Table, that's just like instant pluses if you have the Brandish engine active. Cyber Dragon can potentially again go for Mega Fleet, setting up the graveyard for the potential Overload Fusion, and you know, it depends on your opponent here, but this deck is very weak to hand traps, as you will see in a couple of moments. If it wasn't for the Ghost Ogre, I might have gone, or could have gone for a game. I believe at this point I was still running the Qliphort Genius in the extra deck. Maybe Genius was your superior choice, but again, he still had Ghost Ogre, so I think I had no chance to to attack for game, unless I'm missing something. I do go for Infinity, but again, Infinity is not what it used to be, right? The one-off negation is definitely not enough. I believe I'm going to survive still, but next turn he's just going to establish this very nice board and eventually attack for a game. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, as you're seeing in my hand, the, what is it called, the multi-role Brandish continuous spell is pretty much that. Same for the Field Spell, they are just nifty cards, but they aren't really needed for your main engine, and your main engine is just, you know, go for Skull Deed, Needle Fiber, Summon Sorceress, opening extra monster zones with Genius if you play that Qliphort Genius, and yeah, potentially attack for game, right? Go for game, Ziegler, Nova, etc. Another example against Blue Eyes, again, Toon Table of Contents, searching out the Toon Cyber Dragon. Again, if you're going second, very good to potentially, you know, rip your opponent's field apart with like a rank 5 Exceed play. Use a token, Surge the Engage again, get the extra draw and search out the Monster Destruction, normal summon the Righty Driver, and you know, no hand trap. That's very nice, especially for the TCG where Maxi is at 0. Summon Sorcerers again, searching out the Cyber Dragon, very good, immediately giving me more options to go for Skull Deed. Again, Skull Deed giving you 4 draws, replenish your hand, drawing into your combo pieces, right? Going for machine duplication, and I believe this is one of the duels. I eventually added Pleiades as well. I think it's good. Again, going for the second Nova. Yeah, Infinity. You can only go for one Infinity, right? But I believe one is fine. The extra deck is so tight. That's why, you know, as you probably saw in the deck profile earlier and later here after duels, that, you know, there are a lot of extra deck monsters in the side deck. Ziegler opening the extra, at least opening an extra slot here, an extra monster zone in the main monster zone. That's definitely one of its advantages, like fusion it away for like a Mega Fleet and then later reborn it for Nova. That's definitely one of its biggest uses, but I believe just one of is fine. Last game, I believe the opponent gets a start. It's definitely an okay start, I believe. Well, he's eventually going for the, what is it called, the Minerva as well, and going for the the Link 3 Light Sword and eventually setting up Fairy Tail as well, so I have to play around Fairy Tail. And, you know, with Monster Reborn back legal, that's quite easy, right? Going for triple Toon Table, get the Engage life, getting a draw off of Engage and searching the token generator, get Engage back again, searching out the Monster Destroyer, which eventually I'm going to destroy one of his monsters, and Reborn will force out the Fairy Tail Snow, and he only has one in his graveyard, so now I'm free to, you know, put all that delicious spam, like machine spam on the field, and eventually I'm able to attack for a game again, searching out the Proto, at least searching out the Cyber Dragon, setting up a Cyber Dragon in my graveyard so I can make my Repair Plant life, duplication, some more shenanigans, going for Nova eventually, yep. Reborning like a Cyber Dragon. There is no reason to like Mega Fleet. Well, I could have gone for Mega Fleet here and then go for Nova and then reborn your Link Cyber Dragon again, but then again that's not needed. Let's leave the attack position monsters on my opponent's side of the field in attack, and then I can just eventually attack for a game. Maybe I should have gone for an Infinity just in case of something like Honest, but you know, he didn't have that. So again, this is not your ordinary Cyber Dragon build with like Power Bond, etc. I'm satisfied with the build again. Like always, feel free to leave suggestions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.